This is not another one of those videos where someone literally just reads the Dying Light 2 website and thinks they're giving you new information about the game. This video is all about Dying Light 2 speculation, and I want to know what people like you are hoping for in the new Dying Light, as well as things you're excited about, or perhaps not too excited about. I'm DDubDan, and this is DDubTV. So, I am really excited for Dying Light 2. Dying Light was one of those games that really got my heart rate going, and so many parts legitimately freaked me out to the point where I almost didn't want to play anymore. In my opinion, it's by far the best zombie game that currently exists simply because it has that ability to make players jump out of their seats and fill them with crippling anxiety while they play. Okay, this may be true for me, but there's gotta be others out there who experienced this as well. Now, as far as Dying Light 2 goes, I got that same anxiety just from watching the official gameplay video found on the Dying Light website, which made me happy because just from watching that video, it still very much felt like Dying Light to me, just with a little more stuff added. Judging from what we all saw in that gameplay video, it looks like Dying Light 2 is going to have a lot more human enemies to worry about, seeing how the zombies are more sensitive to UV light and will hide indoors during the day. It also looked like they are implementing some survival and stealth mechanics like having to drink water and silently take out human enemies. The biggest change in Dying Light 2, and likely the most popular news topic right now, is the reactive world where every decision you make changes the game ahead. This could either be good or bad, as it might be cool to beat the main campaign then play through it again making different decisions, thus giving you a completely different game. On the other hand though, if the world around you doesn't change enough, replaying the campaign might become a little bit tedious for some. Seeing how Dying Light 2 has sort of a Dark Ages theme with multiple factions and cities, I can totally see the game having an RPG feel to it, and with this comes opportunity. Now, this is just my own speculation, but I really hope that having multiple factions opens up things like custom gear and weapons depending on which faction you side with, and perhaps AI teammates who can tag along and act as meat shields or even bait. You will likely be able to build up towns into cities, and perhaps you will have the opportunity to even become the leader of a faction if you stick around long enough. Seeing how the human threat might be as big or bigger than the zombie threat, I'm really hoping to see some more ranged weapons like sniper rifles or even some makeshift weapons similar to the ones you see in the Metro games. With weapon modding, it looks like you have to activate the mod on your weapon prior to your next strike, and I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. Does it mean that your modded weapons will last longer? Or perhaps they made weapon mods much stronger and this is their way of saving how many charges it has or something. Moving on to the game's release, this is still a big mystery. All we know is that Techland needed more time to fulfill their vision of Dying Light 2, and I imagine this whole coronavirus thing has delayed the game's release even longer. But I have a feeling that Dying Light 2 will finally release later this year, maybe closer to the end of fall. Again, that's entirely my own prediction, but let me know when you think the game will release in the comments below. This leads me to something that I'm actually quite annoyed about since I only game on PC, and that is, it appears Dying Light 2 will be released only on consoles, which is a big mistake in my opinion since the first Dying Light was available to PC players. But I'm sure Techland will receive a lot of complaints about not releasing the game on PC and they will smarten up eventually. Or let's hope. Finally, are you excited for Dying Light 2's release? Do you think it will keep the same feeling as the first Dying Light, or do you think the game will feel quite different? So far, I'm loving how the game looks, and I can't wait for an official look at the menu and inventory screens, because I wasn't a huge fan of the inventory and skills page in the first Dying Light. But that's all I wanted to talk about in today's short video. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to subscribe because these are my favorite types of videos to make. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.